I feel like a fucking princess for the night if you want me to like suck your husband's dick with you on my knees like an eager fucking like sexy slut. So yes, I do want the hotel room, and yes, I do want you know, some value put into my invitation, let's put it that way. Hi everybody, it's TorontoUnicorn. I had an experience, so I'm actually looking for couples as well. I just decided the other day, like, you know what, like, instead of sitting here being like sappy and sad about my empty weekend, I'm actually gonna go and like find a new couple, right? So I just decided to, you know, beef up my profile and like put myself on a what's called a booty call list. So I'm on a bunch of swinger sites and apps, and there's this app I'm on called Cafe Desire, and they have a booty call list. And if you're feeling pretty DTF that night, you and your partner or you as a single, you can put your profile on that list so that anybody can scroll if they're feeling DTF too, which is the really most success you're ever going to have, likely, is if two people are feeling it the same day. You can match with people who are like feeling that date night and they're just trying to fill a slot. And so you basically like meet their profile and they're almost interviewing you for a spot for their date tonight. And it's cool because they don't just give it to you, but they also are like open-minded for tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I actually put myself on the booty call list for the first time ever. And I said, looking for something like ongoing, not just once or twice. So I'm sure that I've scared away a lot of couples because they probably just wanted a bit of, you know, sexual candy for their marriage. And I think I'm okay with turning off those couples because I only wanted to hear from couples who wanted what I wanted. And so I did. I heard from a few couples and it worked out in terms of like getting some traction on the unicorn front. And I did connect with this couple, and I had such a bizarre experience that I wanted to make a video about it. I even mentioned this at the Oasis event I went to last night, and the people who were attending like concurred with me that it was very unusual, almost feels a bit like a scam, even though I believe it was probably just, I think it was probably just like people who have been in the swinger lifestyle for a long time and like didn't put a lot of effort into trying to get a unicorn. It's confusing, but anyways. Just to preface this story, unicorns are so rare in the lifestyle that, you know, a single woman who wants to fuck a couple is rare enough, and then for that single woman to want to fuck you and your partner is even more rare because there's a lot of a lot of buyers and not a lot of sellers. And I'm not talking about money, I'm being metaphorical. So basically I even put in my profile how I want to be treated, how I want to feel cherished and valued and like a special invited guest. I don't want to pay for the hotel, that's your treat. Like I even specify this into the profile because I don't want there to be any uncertainty about that. I want to feel like a fucking princess for the night if you want me to like suck your husband's dick with you on my knees like an eager fucking like sexy slut. So yes, I do want the hotel room, and yes, I do want, you know, some value put into my invitation, let's put it that way. So anyways, I matched with this couple, and I'm like kind of iffy because here's my first issue. I even write in my profile that I will not give away my personal key, which is a contact method, to get a photo of your husband. Put it on your fucking profile because like let's just not waste my time. So anyways, even this profile didn't have the male pictures, but they did have a very specific sentence in their profile that said, we did have pictures of the male, he had an issue getting outed by a coworker wearing the logo, whatever. So it was like a really good explanation. And so I broke my own rule and I agreed to give them my key so that I could get the photos. So good, we exchanged keys, they're fast. It's the male, and I'm like happy, and I'm just kind of like, okay, so this is a couple, so I'm supposed to be talking to a husband and a wife, and it's not unusual for one or the other to like make the reach out and not the other, but when there's contact made in terms of like let's chat, that's when both parties need to be in the chat and never separated again. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was weird that I was just talking to the husband, and like, so he sent me the photos and it was okay. The photos were enough to get me like, okay, all right, I could potentially see how this goes. And so I just said, oh, when is your partner? Can you invite your partner to the chat? Oh, well, you know, he did offer that she could do a quick like facial like verification, frankly, on a FaceTime video, but that she didn't have the app and so she wasn't going to be able to join the chat. And I just said, you know, it was kind of that moment where I just thought, oh, this is something else. So beforehand, he lives far away, maybe an hour drive, and he was suggesting how I could take the GO train. I don't, and he said he has a really nice house, and he sent me a photo of it. I don't care if you have a mansion. I'm not getting on a GO train to go meet a couple for a first date. I don't even know if I want to fuck you yet. Like, are you kidding? I'm not the one to be inconvenienced. It's not a good calculation to make to expect me to be inconvenienced if I'm iffy. So anyways, I think we got it under control, that might be after. I said to him, if we get along and we start seeing each other, I'm going to be excited to take the GO train down to see you. I just said for the first couple, I would like a hotel near my place or something. So even though they agreed to like the hotel thing or whatever, it was like, I just felt like it should have been offered, considering it was like listed in my profile that that's what I want, is convenient hotel locations. I wrote it down. I didn't just pick a box. Not the GO train. You don't even have to reimburse me the $8. I'm not taking the fucking GO train. So anyways, then, so that's when the issue with the partner not joining the chat. And I said to him, I'm going to be really honest and direct, because I am a very honest, direct person who gives a lot of unsolicited advice and feedback. I'm serious. This way my whole life. But I'm also in quality assurance, and I do reviews of people as a profession. So it's like part of my identity in a way. So anyways, I said to him, I think that we're just not really aligning here. I said, it feels like this is a lot more challenging to even get, like, I said, I didn't even feel right having to ask to talk to your wife. Like, of course, I'm a single woman. I'm trying to figure out if I want the husband and the wife. Introduce your fucking wife, right? Like, I'm not just gonna fuck some girl I haven't spoken to. So it really felt like I was almost being like, no, I'm not taking the GO train, and all right, I'll give you my private key to get a photo, and like, oh, so your partner doesn't have the app? Well, you know what? You can solve that in like 20 seconds by opening the app store. So don't inconvenience me. Don't think that you're going to get away with vetting a unicorn for the couple if the unicorn wants the couple and not the single person. It really kind of like, it didn't matter at that point that they were like wonderful people who just have an awkward and an unfortunate approach. It didn't even matter, because I just felt like I'm never going to feel cherished to these people. I already don't. Get on the fucking GO train, really? But yeah. First dates are hard. First texting is hard. And I know sometimes we get tired and we get exhausted with the process, and we just start kind of losing patience with people quicker. That's usually when I take a break, because you deserve to be excited on the other end of that, and so does the people matching with you who might be excited. So I just thought, what a shame for a couple who may have never had a unicorn before. I don't know, maybe had one or two. I did ask them. They actually had two, I think, in 21 years. Of marriage. Yeah, so that's how rare unicorns can be, and that's a lot, because some people don't get unicorns. So anyways, I was comfortable. They wanted almost like a girlfriend for their boyfriend, like for them, like it was more of the dynamic I was looking for. But the problem was, like, to feel so under cherished from the get-go, I was like, this is not something that's sustainable for me at all. So know your limits, even when there are limits about things like that. I don't have to put my limit in a list, like won't take the GO train. I shouldn't, in my opinion, be courted in a way that expects me to want to even talk about that. Like, that is really inconvenient and risky and almost scary, because you're a single woman venturing off to go fuck maybe some random couple who, it might not go well, right? So like, you have to be careful. You're a single woman. Like, I keep saying that because it fucking matters. And like, there's a risk inherent in this. So I just feel like that person is carrying a heavy load, whether or not you feel like they are, and they could choose to spend their time with honestly anybody, because they're very valuable in this lifestyle. And it just feels like, I just don't want to see couples make a half-ass attempt like that. It felt underwhelming. He was very nice. I actually think the guy was awesome. I actually liked how honest and easily able to communicate this man was. I just wish I got to talk to his fucking wife. And like the fact that I asked and I'm still not talking to his wife, you know, it was just like, no, I'm not asking again. So I think the most important kind of message I would like to convey is when you're a couple and you're talking to a unicorn, please remember that that unicorn needs both of you. She wants to vet both of you. So if one of you makes the reach out, include the other one as soon as possible. It is like 3-person thing. I don't care if one of you like does the app stuff. When you match with a person like a unicorn, show up and become engaged in the chat. Because in a way, the fact that it wasn't even really that considered that I might want to bond with the wife kind of tells me a lot about how that threesome might go. And that's not the kind of threesome I want. So I'm a presence, I'm in a person. I wanted to have a fun 3-person dynamic, not a occasional GO train visitor. And maybe I read too much into it, right? Like maybe I'm just not in the right mindset, but it really felt like, oh, should I bring my own wine, you know? Anyways, that's my update. I like my positive vibes only, and it's a pineapple, but it's not upside down. Otherwise, it would be a swinger symbol. Okay, I'm gonna do this elegantly. Swinger symbol. Okay, thanks for chatting.